Good evening, family. How y'all doing? I pray all is well and that everybody has had a great day. Well, I'm here for the Stop, Challenge, Reload check-in. And this week we are talking about stop breaking promises to yourself. Are you out there and you've been breaking promises to yourself? I don't know about you, but I've broken a lot of promises to myself. But guess what? I'm known for being a person who keeps their promises. I am a woman of integrity. If I say I'm going to do it, then you can just about, as Don Cornelius used to say, bet your bottom dollar that it's going to happen. However, there's been a lot of times I've made promises to myself and I have not kept them. And I had to begin to get rid of that unhealthy behavior because my goals matter, my visions matter, my dreams matter. I matter. And so I began to keep promises to myself. And let me tell you guys that I feel amazing. You may be out there and you may be watching this video and you may say, I want to begin to keep the promises to myself, but I just don't know how. Well, I invite you to join us for the Stop, Challenge, Reloaded. And you can do that by using the link below and clicking on it and going to Eventbrite and signing up. You may say, hey, you guys are in the second week already and I probably will join you next time. No, you can join us now because you will still gain some value. You can always try catching up, but you can watch it at a later date. But even if you start now, you will gain some value. I promise you, you'll gain value in this challenge. And so what happens is on Mondays, we announce what the topic is for the week. And then usually we determine one area, like our first week of the Stop Challenge that we just recently finished. The first topic was stop doubting yourself. So we would take an area. If you've been doubting yourself on your job, or you've been doubting yourself and you don't answer questions in class, you would say, I'm not going to doubt myself in class this week. You take one thing and say, I'm not going to doubt myself in class this week. When I have an answer, I'm going to say it. And you would, when you get the opportunities and you wouldn't doubt yourself, you would answer the questions. You would raise your hand. You would volunteer. And you would do that all week long. But during the week, what you would also do is you would write if you have other areas where you have been doubting yourself. As we do that quiet time that we talked about, taking time for self-reflection, turning everything off and getting somewhere in a good space where you can be quiet and think, then you will write down the things that come to mind, and you would do that every day during the week. You would take some time. I can't tell you how much time you need. Some people, you might need 30 minutes. You might need 15. You may want to even take an hour if you have it. But time block this in your schedule so that you don't say, well, I thought I was going to be able to do it today, but I didn't. But if you say every day at 6 p.m., I am going to go and sit somewhere and get quiet for 30 minutes. I'm going to go and sit somewhere and get quiet for 15 minutes. I promise you, you will begin to be able to see and become aware of yourself and become aware of the unhealthy patterns and behaviors that have been established that we need to stop. And we can begin to create healthy behaviors and patterns. And so if you are out there, we want to invite you to join us as we go through this challenge and we go through this journey together. And let me just say that this is a non-judgment zone because anybody that joins this challenge has some area where they may be holding themselves back or some area where they want to get better. And that's why we're here. And so nobody can talk about anybody because we all want to be better, right? And so I invite you to join us by using the link below. And also, I just want to say that on this coming Saturday at 11 a.m. on Zoom, I will be hosting a Stop Choking Masterclass. If you are out there and you've had dreams, goals, aspirations, and visions, and things that you want to do, and you've kind of started bracing yourself, you started trying to move forward towards it, then you step back, or you choked, you didn't move forward on it, or you got an opportunity and you didn't take it, and you're like, man, I wish I had taken it. Let's not have that happen again. Let's overcome whatever it is that's holding you back, that's causing you to choke, that's causing you to undervalue your abilities of what you have to offer, or undervalue yourself. And let's figure out what that is that's holding you back, what that weight is, so that you can move forward. And so with that being said, you can use the link below to sign up for the Stop Choking Masterclass on Saturday. It will be from 11 to 12, 1 hour, and we are out within 1 hour. I don't hold you over. I make my promise that we'll be there 1 hour, and that's exactly what we do. So I want to invite you to join us. And with that being said, I just wanted to check in. How are you all doing who have joined us for the Stop Challenge Reloaded? And how are you doing? Our topic for this week is stop breaking promises to yourself. Guess why? Because you're special. You're special too. And let me just talk a little bit about a few of the reasons why sometimes we break the promises to ourselves. One of the reasons is we fear failure. And so sometimes we do begin to move forward on things, and when they look like and seem like they're not going well, even though you promise yourself, I promise myself I'm going to go to the gym, and you are not seeing the benefits, or you feel like it's taking too long, so you decide, I'm not going to lose that pounds. I'm not going to lose that 15 pounds. I'm not going to lose those 10 pounds because it's too hard, it's taking too long, and it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do it. Well, you can do it, but you just got to take your time, and you got to, as I've often said during this challenges, you have to celebrate yourself as you make progress. If you went one day, you deserve celebrating. You deserve to celebrate yourself. If you went one time during a week and you made it, you deserve to be celebrated. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, if you celebrate yourself, it'll make you want to continue to keep keeping your promises to yourself. I'm sorry. But we have to begin somewhere, and so you have to start doing that. And just say, for instance, you said, hey, I'm going to spend some quiet time. That's an easy one. Like, well, it ain't that easy, but it can be easy. If you say, I'm going to spend some quiet time every day, I'm going to sit down in 30 minutes, I'm going to chill, and I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to read anything. I'm not going to look on social media. I'm not going to turn on a TV. I'm not going to get on a phone, and I'm just going to sit quiet and chill and just enjoy the quiet time. It's doable. But what I will say is set a time block for these sessions or times that you're going to do your Stop Challenge quiet time. But whatever you're doing during the week, if it's something you've been making a promise that you were going to go to the gym, say, hey, I'm going on Tuesdays at 6:30. I'm going on Tuesdays at 5:30. Put it in your schedule. Plan for it. Because guess what? If we don't plan for the things that we are promising ourselves, they are not going to happen, because something is going to come up. I'm going to give you a good example. I said, and this is not a promise, but this was just something that I said I was going to do. I've been getting orders for my books. And so one day last week, I said, okay, I'm gonna mail the books tomorrow. And a bunch of things came up. And then the next day, I was going to mail my books, and a bunch of things came up. And immediately, I didn't keep going through each day, keep saying it. I just said, you know what? I got to do something different. So I decided, okay, on this day, every week, at this time, I'm going to mail my books. And guess what? This week, I sat down and I typed up the labels, and I put them all on the envelopes, and they're ready to go. And so I'm going to do that at the same time every week, because guess what happens? If I time block it and put it in my schedule, then it's there, and it's not like anything. I can pull myself away if I wanted to, but I can be more deliberate, and I can be more intentional about doing those things. And so that might not be your situation in terms of making promises to yourself in terms of time, but whatever the situation may be, it may be that you don't really keep the promises to yourself because you really don't value yourself. You'd rather keep promises to other people than to keep it to yourself. Keep them to yourself. But I want to admonish you to begin to keep the promises to yourself, because you are valuable. And if you don't see it, then I need you to begin to do self-reflection. I need you to become aware of that, because sometimes we don't realize that we really have made promises to ourselves that we have not kept because we're moving around a lot, we're doing a lot. Sometimes we work, we're in ministry, we have our own businesses, we're parents, we're spouses and different things, and so we're always moving around. That's why I say, in order to become aware of unhealthy behaviors and patterns that we have established, we have to sit and get still. And journaling is amazing. Journaling will really help. And with that being said, I did create the Stop Challenge Journal. So if you join us, you will get that as a free gift for joining us for the Stop Challenge Reloaded. You will get a Stop Challenge Journal where you'll begin to write things down. You'll begin to write in the prompts and fill the prompts in, and you'll begin to see where you need to make some adjustments. I don't want to be long tonight, but I just wanted to say that, like sometimes we fear failure, sometimes we don't feel like we're valuable enough, and that we don't keep the promises to ourselves. And sometimes we're just overwhelmed and we are doing too much. As the young folk will say, we're doing the most, so much so that when it's time to keep the promises to ourselves, we can't because we're overwhelmed or we're tired. And so, unless I go on and on, I just really came on to check on you all. So if you're watching this video and you have joined us for the Stop Challenge and you're struggling because you just don't see where you can keep the promises to yourself, or you just need some help, just inbox me, whether you have a question, a comment, or you just need some support, and let me know, and I am here for you. We're going through this journey together. It's not something I'm doing for show. It's not something I'm doing for likes. It's not something I'm doing this because I just want to see people whole. I want to see people free. Wow, I didn't realize that dude was walking past. But I love you all, and I just wanted to check in and see how you all were doing. I didn't go live because it's a little late, and I had another engagement earlier, but I did at least want to do a video to say I'm checking in on you. And you got what it takes to begin to stop breaking the promises to yourself and keep them. And if it's a struggle for you, then we're going to walk through it. Though on Saturday, I'm going to give you some of the things. I'm going to give you some tips on how, if that's you and you say, hey, I've been breaking promises to myself. And sometimes it might have been somebody broke promises to us. Promises were always broken to us. And so we undervalue ourselves because somebody told us they were going to show up for us. Somebody told us they were going to do this for us. Someone told us they were going to do that for us. And they didn't do what they said. And so you felt like they didn't do it because I wasn't valuable. And so just like they didn't keep their promises to you, you're not keeping your promises to yourself. On Saturday, we'll give some tips. I'll give you all some tips on how to begin to keep promises to yourself, and if you need a tip sheet, I can send you a tip sheet. Once you sign up for the Stop Challenge, I will have your email address and I will email you the tips, and I'll email you also the Stop Challenge Journal so that you can begin to do the journaling. I love you guys, and I don't want to be on here all night just going on and on and on, but this was really just a check-in, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling better, and like I said, I keep saying every time, you should be feeling lighter, because once you write it, you get it out of you, you become aware, and your load gets lighter. As the more we go through these different topics, you should be feeling lighter. You should be feeling better. So I want to know, how are you feeling since you have been going through the challenge? Do you see yourself doing better, feeling better, making your commitments to yourself a priority, not doubting yourself, as we talked about last time, not neglecting yourself, not underestimating yourself, not beating up on yourself, not quitting the things that you start, but moving forward? And then last week we talked about stop avoiding it. How you doing? Are you not avoiding things, not avoiding the tough conversations, not avoiding like me, I had to make a doctor's appointment because I was avoiding it, because I didn't get my weight where I wanted it to be before I went to my doctor's appointment. But guess what? I went ahead and I didn't avoid it, and I made my appointment so I can hear what my doctor got to say, and I can make the adjustments, because guess what? like I talked about in the previous challenge, I'm not going to neglect myself. I'm going to take care of myself because I matter. And if I don't take care of myself, I'll be unhealthy. And if I live an unhealthy life, I just might get out of here early. And I don't want to do that because I want to live to do what I've been talking about and saying to you all. We were created to do some amazing things. Not only that, we were created to live lives of peace, joy, fulfillment, and have a life of abundance where nothing is missing, nothing is lacking, and nothing is broken. And I just want to see you all win and turn your lights all the way up. So if you have not joined us for the Stop Challenge and you need to stop allowing things to hold you back, by all means, click on those links below, sign up for the Stop Challenge, and not only that, sign up for the Stop Choking Masterclass so that we can get you to the place where you no longer feel insignificant, but you feel significant, you feel important, you feel special, because you're special too. I love y'all. Have a great evening and stay safe and well, and I'll see you on Saturday at 6 p.m. Peace.